Hi, everyone, and welcome to our weekly team call. Today is the last call of our month for January. And I am super excited because that means that we have started off the year on the right foot. I don't know about you, but I have amazing expectations for 2017. Not because any year is not good enough, but because when we start off the year with good intentions, we are secure that we're going to have an amazing year. So far, I don't know if you've seen, but we just completed our first vision board party or workshop experience, and it was a success. So for those of you who were not able to attend the live training or workshop, I know that some of you did attend the virtual group. If you finished your your vision board and you feel inclined, please share it in the team page because it will help inspire and motivate others to do the same. It doesn't matter if it's not the beginning of the year. You can do a vision board at any point because visions don't expire. Visions are what give you a clearer idea and a focus for your future. So as I wanted to start with that, tonight we're going to be learning a little bit more about what the inviting process entails. So I just want you to keep that in mind as we get into the meat of the call. But before I jump into that, I truly want to spend some time going over some announcements. So if you can take out your calendars and write down these dates, it is super important for you to note them down because you need to be present. I can't redo a live event. I can't experience it for you. I can't describe it. You have to be there. So for those of you who plan on making this business your lifetime goal, then you need to have a date. You have to set time to grow your business, to get to know your teammates, your business, the partners, and network. Because I may be Wheaties, right? And I share a lot of information, but if you attend an event and you hear from somebody else, you learn from somebody else. Apply it to your life as well. So that's why it is very important for you to attend live events. I'm going to give a shout out because I believe Michelle is on vacation in Disney and she's on this call. Shout out to you, girl. Thank you for showing up. Speaking of showing up, right? So dates that are important for you to start jotting down is Super Saturday is Saturday, April 8th. So mark that on your calendars. Set your timer so that if you need a babysitter, you get that and you are there. So details will be up for where the location will be. But for now, all you need to know is that April 8th, you're busy. You're attending Super Saturday. March 18th is for leaders of the team, whether you are a brand new coach, whether you are an emerald, a diamond, a person who decided that you want to make this your business and you want to grow, then we have a live training from corporate on March 18th. Not March 18th, sorry, February 11th. So that's February 11th, and that is a training that is coming from corporate. So, Kim Carver, Jeff Mathewson. This time, Jeff Mathewson will be here, and he will be sharing with us some very good tips on how to grow your business. So this is February 11th. Then we have March 18th. We have a women empowerment event, and it will be hosted once again by yours truly, Norris Ascorna, Nikki Fernandez, and Salvi Almonte. And there is a branding expert that will be here to also teach us tips and strategies on how we can recognize who we are and how to project that on social media and in our business better. All right. So you want to make sure to plug into these events, to save your dates so that you are present and you can grow from it, because as I've learned, knowledge is never wasted. All right. So you have to acquire as much as you can and then put it into action. So putting into action means that you've already registered for the February Team Cup, which is already happening. And today is the 26th. So we have 4 more days to get our teams registered. Doesn't matter if you're a brand new coach, if you just signed up yesterday, and or if you are an elite coach. All that matters is that you have an interest in helping other people, that you are willing and open and available to support each other person to do exactly what it is you're doing, which is not rocket science. It's literally just helping somebody change their unhealthy habits into healthier habits. And we're going to speak a little bit more about that. You just need to be part of a group of 5 people, and one person needs to be a captain and register the rest of the team. Once you have your team registered, I suggest you open up a chat within Facebook so that you can communicate with each other and share ideas. We are independent Beachbody coaches. That means we are independent business owners. We do each have our goals, and it is not that we're going to put our goals on anybody else, but it helps when we share our goals and we hold ourselves accountable. It is more likely for someone to achieve their goals when they share the goals with somebody and they have a group that is holding them accountable. Okay, so that is happening February 1st. So you have 4 days, if you have not been registered to a Team Cup, to reach out to myself or to your sponsoring coach and let us know that you want to be part of a team. I will do my best to help you, connect you. If not within Team Conquer, then we will go out into Team Eagle. And if not in Team Eagle, there are thousands, about 400,000 coaches in the network that you can team up with. And we're all doing the same thing. And that's the beauty of being a Beachbody coach. All right. So without further ado, I want to plug right in to our call, because in the month of February, we're going to be doing a lot of inviting, and you're going to hear us speak a lot about this. So for those of you who are brand new coaches and you may have no idea, why should we be interested in inviting anybody? So Beachbody focuses their foundation in the business on 4 principles. One of them being proof that the product works. The other one being that you're doing personal development and enhancing your mindset. The other one, I'm trying to find the open mic, but I can't. The other one being personal development, proof that the product works. Oh, I found it. Sorry, I got distracted. Inviting and, ay Dios mío, personal development. Se me fue el hilo. The 4 vital behaviors.
Be product of the product.
Be proof that the product works, right?
Yes. Vital behavior, inviting, personal development.
And recognition. Oh, recognition. Da, 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 da. Go. So we're going to focus today on the inviting one. All right. And inviting is not like the way we envision it, right? We've been invited to a birthday party. We've been invited to, I don't know, different events. And we feel like it's a one-time thing. So I invited you to a birthday party. If you said you could come, you're here. If you said you didn't come, oh, well, you missed it. This type of inviting is different. This type of inviting is going to show other people that you actually care. The reason why Beachbody is so special and particular to my heart is because I never have to feel like I'm a salesperson. I never have to feel as though I am pushing something onto someone else, because I actually feel that what I have to offer is going to help someone else's life. I am going to enhance another person's life. I am going to provide them with a solution to a problem that they've been having, and they just didn't know that the answer was available. And because of that, that's my best marketing tool. I don't have to worry about any sales pitch. I don't have to worry about training that is specific to like a car salesman, because I do it with my God-given purpose and with the best interest of the other person in mind. So my best strategy to use is my caring attitude. And that's why one of the biggest questions I ask my coaches is, do you like people? Because if you like people and you like to help and inspire others and you like to encourage other people, then this is a great business for you, because that's exactly what you will be doing through your life experiences. You do not have to be an expert. You do not have to have the greatest knowledge behind you. All you have to have is the willingness to share your journey with others, to encourage them, to invite them, but to inspire them to see change. And that change is possible because you're doing it. So that's what we want to do. We want to be interested in helping people. Most people have a difficult time in inviting others, and that's usually because they put themselves so much at the front core that they forget that it's not about them, it's about other people. And when you're giving without expecting to receive, you learn to enjoy and live the process of this invitation process. Okay, so I'm going to go over what we call the form, which is, it's like a letter thing that will help you remember when you're having conversations with others, and when you're forming a relationship with them. Like, I don't know what to say to them. I don't know what to talk about. I don't know how to say this to them. Well, because you're going to be interested in them, the form is basically, you're going to ask them about their family. How many children do they have? Are they single? Are they married? You're going to ask them what kind of things do they do as for a living, their occupation. You want to know how long they've been at that job. Do they like their job? What do they love about their job? If they had an opportunity to change jobs, what kind of job would they like to choose? You'll want to ask them about things they do for fun, so their recreation. What is it that brings them joy? What is something that they might have started doing, like hobbies that they used to have, and because life got busy, they stopped? Or things that people enjoy, like hiking, or they like painting, or they like dancing. These are things that can help you form relationships with others, and they can extend the invitation process from just being a one-time deal to becoming a lifetime experience. And then finally, you want to always have a message. And the message is, so what's the point of this conversation, right? So perhaps you have something that you want to invite somebody to. And it can't always just be, join my challenge group, join my challenge group. So, hi, so how's your son doing? I noticed that you just celebrated the 3rd birthday of your little girl. Hi, I love the pictures. My little girl loves Sophia the First. And the person goes on to tell you, yeah, we had a birthday for them. We did it at Chuck E. Cheese and we had so much fun. And you're like, oh my God, that looks so great. I'm happy that you're able to do that for your daughter. Are you going to join my challenge group? That's the wrong attitude, because you're right there having like this whole thing. And here you go, plugging it right in. So that may not be the perfect time for you to say, are you going to join my challenge group? But you may say things like, don't you love the fact that you can be present for your daughter more often? And then that can spark up a conversation where this person can say, I've been looking to spend more time with them. They grow up so fast. And then you say, that's one of the things that I do as well. I started this thing. I'm helping other people make changes to their health and fitness. If you want, I can send you more information about what it is I do from home. So that gives them the open conversation to say, oh, okay. They can say yes, they can say no. It's up to them, but you at least planted the seed. And that becomes your first step into flirting. So yes, we flirt. So here's the thing, right? We are not going to connect with other people the same way that we connect with people who are similar to us. So you notice how you go to a party and you're automatically attracted to a group of people that seem like it's easy to talk to them. So when you're on social media and you're trying to connect with others, look for someone who is easy for you to have a conversation with. So for instance, there are things in me that I personally don't connect with. So when I'm on social media, I don't even make intentions on speaking with someone who I don't have values that align with them, because I know that I'm not going to be able to form a long-term relationship with them. But if this person is a mom, if this person has somewhat of some faith in them. They have like, they look like they may be teachers, because I do speak to a lot of teachers, and because of the stress and the struggle, it looks like they are, career women. It looks like they're always busy, hands-on moms. I have something to say to them. I have something to communicate with them. So they may be those type of people that I have a conversation with. So those are the ones that I may ask. So where do you take your daughter for after school programs? I'm looking for a dance class, or I like the beret you put on your daughter. Where did you find them? I've been looking for clothes that is like that or this. Where can I see that? As you're scrolling on social media, sometimes people go to outdoor parks with their children. Perfect opportunity for you to ask about their family life. That's so beautiful that you get to spend time with your child. So you're forming relationships with people who have similar likes than like you. If they're single, they're dating, you want to have those conversations too. You want to expand your knowledge and your networks like that. So form is one of those things in which you always want to keep in your mind that you're not always just speaking about Beachbody, your challenge group. You're speaking about their family, their occupation, their recreation, and always end with a message, something that either you do, either you inspire, or that you have something to share, okay? And there's a thing about being a flirt. So you're there to be present with the person, but you're not like in their face all the time, So let's say, for example, somebody reaches out to you because you inspired them in one of your workouts, or they've been watching you for over 3 weeks now, and it looks like you're making changes. And all of a sudden they reach out to you in private, and you're having this conversation with them about the program, about what it is that you do. They seem very interested, and all of a sudden they fall off. Now, they don't come back, or you respond to them and you're constantly saying, so what are you going to do now? Are you going to go with it? Are you going to do with it? No, like, it's okay. Let that person be. But on your side, where not in the back off, like in your back messages, like in your Instagram face and your Facebook, that's where you're going to be showcasing what it is that you have to offer. And that's where the 3 other vital behaviors will come into play. So in the back end, like backstage, you might want to think about, I'm inviting people, I'm speaking to them about their lives, I'm talking about them. But when they come to the forefront, when they come back to check, is it true that she works out every day? Is it true that she has like a team of support? Is it true that there's changes happening in her personal life? Like, what can she offer me? What value can she add? That's what they're going to go into your Instagram page for. That's what they're going to look at in your Facebook. But when I go to your Facebook page, if all I see is, that you post, I don't know, images like of a little doll with quotes that are positive, and I don't see you anywhere, I don't trust you. I don't know who you are. I have no connection to you. You say you're doing this fitness thing, but I have yet to see you work out. You say that you drink this amazing, delicious shake, but you haven't even shared what this shake does to you. So you say you're part of a team, but who are they? What do they do for you? What do you do with them? Like, what have they done that could help me? You know what I mean? So when I go to your wall, if I see something that sparks my attention, that's when I may say, this person looks just like I am right now. She seems like someone that I trust and that I can seek help from. And that's where social media comes into play, and where when people tell me like Facebook, Instagram, all these social media platforms are your storefront. That's how you open the keys to your business. And to many people, it seems as though you have to like spend all this time and, oh my God, but I'm not like you. I don't have all these friends and family. I don't know. And let me just tell you a little brief information about myself. When I started this business, I started as a full-time teacher, and I had 2 accounts. One was Coach Uni on Instagram, and that was public. And then I had Unides Estevez private on Instagram. And Instagram, and that I did all for my privacy. Supposedly, as a teacher, I couldn't have a social media account. So I did the pseudonym of Coach Uni. I had the advantage that I had what we call a warm market, which is my friends and my family. They instantly trusted me. They knew that I was a heavy eater, that I loved food, and that I was a professional dieter. So when they saw that Uniris was committed to focusing and sharing her workouts every single day and sharing the healthy meals, if you go back to my Facebook and you look at my albums, I have an album specifically just for healthy eating ideas. And I shared with my friends and my family publicly what I was doing to prepare before I left my house for work, what I was doing when I cooked, and all of those things. So they started to see what it was that I was doing. Immediately, that started to spark the questions. What is it that you're doing? I want more information. Help me. I need help. And that's how I started becoming a business coach, like working the business. I did use what we call like writing down my memory jogger. And at first, I started with my family and friends. Anybody who came to mind from my family and friend that I knew that could use a support system. I knew that they could use some learning of nutrition guides, because as Dominican, my family is Dominican, we don't know how to eat. I also knew a lot of coworkers of mine who had a lot of bad eating habits. So I wrote all of those names down, and my intention was to form the relationships with them, to have a conversation, and finally have my message with them that I have a group that is starting. And my group would be like, something that I actually even did a general message on Facebook. And I just said, hey guys, I just wanted to let you know before I say this in public that I am opening up a group. It is going to be solely dedicated to people who want to make changes to their health and their fitness. And I want to invite you first, so that together we can hold each other accountable and we can see our lives change. If you want in, let me know and I'll be happy to get you started. So I remember that I started, as a matter of fact, my first time that I exposed myself to inviting others was through my Teen Cup, and it was of February 2013. And in that February of 2013, I helped 15 to 16 people because I hit Success Club 33 that month. And that showed me that anything was possible if I just did the simple, basic information, which was share my workouts, share my Shakeology, and invite them to be part of the same thing I was doing. So I invite you to make sure that you write your list of at least 100 people. I know 100 people, neighbors, friends. Start writing those names down, and I promise you that you will never get over the invitation piece. And that's where you start. You start with your warm market, and then when your warm market is done, dries out, right? Then that's when you continue your social media, and that's where you have your Facebook and your Instagram following, and that's where you now, because you've practiced so much with your friends and family, you're now so familiar with it that you continue going on. So when someone says to you, so now you're selling this thing, my perfect answer is, I'm not sharing anything, actually. I'm not selling anything. I'm actually sharing what it is that I do. I don't have a problem sharing my recipes. I don't have a problem sharing with you my workouts. I don't have a problem sharing with you my personal development, because I know you need it. I know other people need it. And that's why, to me, if I held it back, I was actually doing someone else a disservice. So when people tell me, oh, pero que, ay, me da vergüenza, or I'm shy, I don't know what to do, it's because you're thinking too much about yourself and you're not thinking about other people. You're thinking too much about what impact or what are they going to think about me, and not what can I do for them. So always put yourself on the outside and say, I'm here to serve, and I'm here to give the purpose that was given to me. And that's exactly it. And sometimes you may need to add personal development into your life so that you can add confidence into that. But at the end of the day, if you are here to serve and you want to change other people's lives, you're going to be an open book, because at the end of the day, they're not doing you a favor by joining the group. You're actually saving their life for them accepting it. And sometimes they're not going to accept it the very first time you invite them. Studies show that it takes people over 17 times to be exposed to the same information so that they can finally make a decision to be part of what it is you're asking them to. Yes, I said 17 times. Now, here's the thing that happens to us, and it has happened to me, and it will probably, most likely, happen to you. We become Shakeology people. We become Beachbody talkers. And all we do is we talk about Shakeology and we talk about Beachbody, and we talk about Shakeology and we talk about Beachbody. So we turn our friends and family off, because now we stop being a human and we now are a Shakeology robot. So I remind you that in order for you to be relatable, don't forget who you are. Don't forget the 5 things that define you. So I can only share what I am, right? So I am a mom. I am a wife. I am a woman in her 40s. I have a funny bone. And I like to be fun. I like to do things that are fun and out of the box. And I like to hang with friends. And that's who I am. I like to cook. So I'm not just Beachbody. I'm not just Shakeology. I'm a human being just like everyone else. And I make sure that I keep that present in my Facebook, in my social media, and people know that about me. And if I have something to say, then you better believe it. I'm not going to keep shut, because I could talk. And that's sometimes a good thing. Sometimes that's a bad thing. So, all right. So you might be saying, okay, I get it. I know that you're saying that I'm supposed to be interested in more people, but I don't know what to say to someone when they reach out to me. So you'll hear us, Norris, myself, and all the other seasoned coaches say to you, are you following the script? Are you following the script? And usually what we do is we give you a generic script that can help you start the conversation. So for example, if somebody sends you a friend request on Facebook, you just don't accept the friend request. You go and you say, thank you so much for adding me to your friend list. I look forward to inspiring you. Or thank you so much for adding me to your friend list. Are you on a healthy journey too? This usually opens up the conversation, because the person will tell you what they're there to do. Yes, they're in a journey, on a healthy journey. No, they're not on a healthy journey. And immediately you jump into the conversation. It is easy to give you an idea on what to say, but my best advice is speak from your heart. Be interested in that person and create your own way of asking questions and listening to that person. Because, for example, the person says, no, I'm not on a healthy journey. And then you may say, like, why, do you have any interest in making changes to your, fitness? Do you want to lose weight? Or are you looking to change your finances? Most of the time people will say, oh my God, I need all 3. Awesome. So let's start by your health and your fitness, because this business, it all starts from there. If someone is not interested in making a change in their personal life and fitness, then you really are going to be stuck in helping them, because most likely that's where the biggest problem relies, So for example, someone messages you and you get into the conversation, or you see that on their feed, they're going to the gym, but they're not really consistent about it. So you want to say to them, hey, so I know you mentioned that you wanted to go to the gym and you wanted to lose 10 pounds, but you have trouble finding some time because you have a new baby. Why don't you join an online accountability group that I have? And I've been part of it recently and just started like maybe 2 weeks ago, and I've already lost 5 pounds. I love it because I'm working out from home and it really keeps me motivated. Sometimes I don't really want to do things, and because the girls are already on it, I already start like feeling good. Would you be interested in something like that? And the person would probably tell you, yes, tell me more. Sometimes the person will not even answer back. And you give them time, and you continue to like their post on Facebook on the front end, right? You continue to like their post on Facebook. You continue to comment because you're their friends at the end of the day. And then later on, you go back and you continue the conversation. Always ask questions and let the person speak to you. Because at the end of the day, when you do more listening than talking, you're going to actually find out what it is that this person needs help with. So usually, let's say we get 1 to 2 word answers. You ask someone like, so what do you need to do? What are some changes that you're looking to make in your health, in your nutrition, or in your fitness? And they'll say all 3. And you'll be like, awesome. Well, can you give me a brief idea? Like, what is your fitness like? What type of workout programs have you tried in the past? What made you fail? If you had like a vision for your life 3 months from now, how would you like to feel? What type of workouts have you done that you like? Like, do you like dancing more than you like weightlifting? Have you been injured? Sometimes people stop working out because they are injured. They had like surgery and they can't do like heavy, massive. So you can't put them on insanity card max 30. You have to learn to listen to the person so that you can actually give them the workout that works best for them. I usually ask people like, what is their biggest struggle with nutrition? Most of the time, people don't know how to eat, what to eat, or how to even prepare it, or how to what even meal prep does. And that's a solution that we provide because that's what comes from our support groups. So listen to the person and ask them about themselves. I can't tell you like that a script is going to help you with when the person tells you like, I had a C-section 3 years ago and I have never felt comfortable in my body again. I used to love working out, but I don't have time anymore because my babies keep me so busy. And, I wanted to go to the gym, but I just can't afford a babysitter and the gym membership. Right there, all you have to do, you listen to the person. She doesn't have time. She wants help and she doesn't want to pay extra for a gym membership and babysitter. You have the at-home workouts that you can offer to them. You have the programs that are easy to follow and 30 minutes. They range from 10 minutes a day all the way to like an hour. So you can say, well, you can do a 22-minute hardcore and you can do it right from the comfort of your home without leaving your children and seeing change. And you will support them through your online support groups, and they get you as their side-by-side assistants, right? So I usually like to keep my notes. So I write down the people that I have been in contact with so that I know that I'm going to follow up with them. I also keep notes next to the name of the person. So if they told me they had a C-section, if they told me they had back surgery, if they tell me that, they have some type of allergic reaction to peanuts, I need to hear those things, because that's going to help me align them to the best program. So yes, we have scripts that can guide you into what are the best questions to ask. But remember, you are caring for the person. So therefore, you are listening more than you are speaking. And you want to listen because that's what you're going to give back to them when they come back to you with their needs. So when someone says to you, I don't have time, I love cardio workouts, but I can't do it. So you'll say, I recommend you try T25 since you mentioned you have such little time to work out and you really love cardio workouts. Or someone tells you, I had surgery and I really can't work out for a while. I have an amazing nutritional based program that will help you change your mindset on food, and it is plant-based, and you will do it for 21 days and you can very well lose 20 pounds. And that's the reset. If someone wants to do yoga, we have the yoga studio, we have the PiYo, and that will help with strength and flexibility. So there is absolutely no reason why we don't have what the person needs if we stop and listen to them. So when the person usually asks, well, all right, so I'm all in. This sounds interesting. I want. What do I do? Or how do I get it? So you don't say, well, here's my Beachbody website. Go on there and find the program that best suits you. That is the wrong way to do it, because again, you're caring for that person. You are their personal coach. You're guiding them. You're giving them what they need. So at this point, you're going to describe to them what it is they get. And you're not going to, like we usually say, you're not going to vomit over it. You're not going to say, well, you're going to get this and this. You're going to get ACDs and you're going to get Shakeology and you're going to have this. No, you're just going to simply say, well, you're going to get a program that you're going to do from home. It is very well designed so that you can see your goals and you're going to see results, because you're going to get a meal plan. You're also going to, with me together, once you receive your package, we're going to decide what are your best nutritional needs, and we'll work on meal plan ideas so that you can be ready to start. You'll get a 1-month supply of Shakeology. It's a super healthy replacement meal that will help you meet your goals. Other than that, it will help you with your cravings and it will give you some energy. And the best part is you're going to get a spot in my challenge group, so that you have accountability and support for those days when you feel like you don't want to work out. And usually you'll get an answer like, that's exactly what I need. I want in. So how much does it cost? Or sometimes they start with, how much does it cost? I never go right into the number. I always give them the value first. So the value is everything they're going to get. And then I give them the price. So there's 2 ways you can do it. You can immediately say the investment that you're going to make today ranges from $205 to $160 for everything that I mentioned. Or we can decide which is the best program for you. And then you can explain, right now, we have an amazing offer available where you can have access to the entire library of Beachbody. That means about a whole inventory that would cost about $600. You now have access to everything. And it includes Shakeology and it includes my support, but you only have to pay $199. If you don't like that offer, then you also have a challenge pack, which if the program that you suggest, and that's when you decide if it's Core de Force, for example, you would say you're going to receive a martial arts inspired program and it will cost you $160. Which Shakeology flavor do you want to start with? Usually you would say, so what do you think? You think that's a go? You want to do that? And the person will usually say, yes, no, that's too expensive. But if you jump right from, or how does this sound like something you're interested in doing or you can commit to? Or what flavor of Shakeology do you want to start with? You're giving the person the open door so that they just decide, you know what kind of flavors do you have? And then you say, I have chocolate, strawberry, vanilla, greenberry. I also have the vegan flavors. And you go ahead and they tell you that. And then you sign them up according to what they said. So usually when people are at the point where you've already told them all of the information, you've answered their question about what is it that they're going to receive. You showed the program on your social media like it is evident that you have proof that you're going to help support their journey. Then they come to you and you're going to just, they're waiting. They haven't closed, as we say. They haven't closed their challenge pack or they haven't closed the sale. So now it's time for you to repeat the goals that they said to you at the beginning. And that's when you follow up. Remember, it doesn't serve you any good to message 1,000 people a day and if you're not going to go back and follow up with them, because then your work has been put to waste. I usually follow up with people until we all turn blue. And I've never had someone that I follow up with that has become my enemy. Actually, I have gained amazing friendships from all of the follow-ups, because it may take them 1 year, it may take them 2 years. It may even take one person signed up with me and it was their 3rd year following me. And they just made the decision to commit. It's okay. Some people will join you, they will leave and they will come back. It is not up to me. I'm here. I'm here to help. My business is open. It is not my issue. My issue is to support them and their goals, not mine. So I'm always there. When they're ready, I'm ready. You get it? So you follow up, because sometimes, honestly, it's just not a good time for them. So when you follow up with them, you go back and you reiterate their goals. Hi, Maria. So you had mentioned before you wanted to lose 15 pounds for Blankety's wedding and that you had no time. So I want to invite you that my group will be closing on the 28th of the month because we are going to start on 6th of February. So if you want to be part of this group, your order must be placed no later than the 28th of this month. Let me know if you need help closing or answering any questions so that I make myself available in case you need me. So immediately I'm telling this person, listen, I'm setting the sense of urgency. I'm not going to be here like forever. This group is going to close. So if you're going to make the decision, make it now. Sometimes we have specific things, like we're going to start with a detox. You have, a few days to get started. So you want to make sure that you give them the time so that they buy their package in time so that we all start together. Everyone likes to start with other people on different things. So you want to mention that as part of your urgency creation. You also want to say, like, let them see you be excited for what it is that you're inviting them. Sometimes people say, like, you follow up with someone and you're like, so did you get to look over the information, the form I sent you? And they're like, no. Oh my God, girl, like, really? This is the best thing that could ever happen to you. Like, why are you sitting on it? Really? Like, I started 5 weeks ago and I'm feeling amazing. I can't believe you're going to let this pass. And if that's your friend, if someone you feel like that's someone that you can speak to, they're immediately going to be like, you know what, let me look at it. And sometimes they just need that little nudge to be reminded that they're there and that they can do it. So that's another way that you're going to nudge. You're going to show enthusiasm. Sometimes it's good to ask your coach to support you. So sometimes people are like, I don't know, Anita, this isn't working for me. I am not closing. Nobody, I don't get that. And usually I'll say to people, like, can you take a snapshot of your conversation with this person? Because either you're saying too much or you're saying too little, or you're not explaining the program, or you're adding too much information, like all of the ingredients of Shakeology, and you're telling her everything that she has to show up to do. And then by the time you're finished, they're exhausted. They're like, oh no, this sounds like more work. I can't do that. So sometimes it's best for you to reach out to your sponsoring coach and to do a 3-way call with this person. Most of the time, I'm going to be honest with you, in the 4 years that I've been a coach, the best tool you can use is a phone conversation with the person who's having 1,000 questions and still hasn't made the decision. Usually they're uneasy because they've been doing many other diets, and for the first time in their lives, this seems like it's too good to be true. But you need to be the one to get on the phone and with confidence explain to them that this is exactly what they need. And they have no fear, because at the end of the day, they have a 30-day money back guarantee. And guess what? If you try the full program, you drink your whole entire Shakeology bag, you can return it and you'll get your money back. So listen, if worse comes to worse, at least you'll drop 15 pounds in 1 month. And you'll get a good experience. You'll get to be surrounded by positive, like-minded people, and you'll be inspired for 30 days. That's a good deal to me, and nobody loses. So usually when I say that to someone, it's immediate. They're like, you know what? It's true. I'm going to do it. Sometimes people are like, I don't know, because the thing is that I tried so many times different workouts and they don't really work for me. And I'm like, the thing is that you haven't tried it with me, because I'm so confident that I'm going to do my job as your coach that I'm not going to let you fail. Now, I'm going to tell you one thing though, you better show up, because I'm not the type of coach that I'm going to have you purchase a program and not help you see success. That's not my deal. I don't want you to have a program and collect dust in your house. I want you to see results, because I know what it feels like to be a couch potato, and I don't want you to be one. So if you're ready to hook hands with me, we're going to go for it. And this is going to be your best year yet. Are you ready? And when obviously they're going to be like, yeah, let's do this. Like, cuando comenzamos? And that's it. Because if you're like, well, you know what? It's true. If you failed so many times, it's true. This may not be for you. Ay, que es verdad. If you think it's expensive, yeah, it's true. It is expensive. Most people stop when they say, the thing is that, I just don't want to pay all that money. Now I'll say to them, do you eat? They'll usually say, yeah. So can you tell me a little bit about what you eat during the day? And this happens through phone conversations. They'll give me the list of foods that they have. And I'll say, and on average, on how much do you spend for lunch and breakfast? On average, it's about $25, $26, $20, $30 on a daily basis. And I'll say, okay, so let's add that up. 5 days a week, you're eating out, you're spending $25, right? That's about $125 in 1 week for 5 meals. Shakeology, with $4, you basically have your full breakfast and you're not going to feel hungry for another 3 hours. And that's going to inspire you to continue eating healthy foods for the rest of your day. And instead of adding the rolls, those muffin tops on the side of your pants, you're actually going to eliminate them. And it's all and you're going to actually save more money and you're going to feel better about yourself. So it's a win-win situation. And I usually have to put things into perspective with others because at the same time, it's not their problem. It's my job to help them. And remember, I have what they need. And that's why they're coming to me, because I have the solution to their problems. And so do you. And that's why we're doing this, right? So you don't want to just follow up with one person and then forget about them until next year. Or you want to make sure that you have a time frame. So let's say, for example, today is Thursday. Great day for you to follow up with people is between tonight and Fridays. So usually people get paid Thursdays and Fridays. That's usually when I follow up with most of my people. And usually they'll say, I'm not ready to pay because I have to pay this bill or it's whatever. I'll say to them, so is it okay if I follow up with you in 2 weeks? Or I'll say to them, when should I follow up with you? Because sometimes they're like, I'm going on vacation and I won't be back and I don't want to start something and then not follow through. I'll say, when are you coming back from vacation? I'll say, I'm coming back February 15th. I'll say, is it okay if I follow up with you on February 16th? And I'll write it down on my calendar. And I know that I'm going to follow up with that person on February 16th. I don't leave them hanging because I want to make sure that they know that I'm present. And in the meantime, I'm following them on their social media so that I'm present in their lives and they're in mine. So I like I'm a paper pencil kind of person. If you like to use Excel spreadsheets to track the people that you speak to, create your contact list, write down the date of your initial conversation, and then follow through on that way. If you feel like you want to make an investment in your business, then I strongly encourage you to look into Teamzy. These are all different trackers that you can use to track the way in which you speak to people. And I will honestly say, once you get organized in following up with people, you set yourself up to follow up with 5-10 people a day, every single day during your power hour, and you will be successful. We do have a business activity tracker in the back office, and that will also help you see the benefit, okay? All right, so you also want to be a person that has integrity at the end of the day. You want to keep your conversations private within you and that person. I know sometimes, and these are some of the things that I used to make as a mistake in the past, when I would have a conversation with others and they would come up with all these things, I felt the need to lash out on Facebook, and that's not appropriate. If you have something to say, just be quiet, get yourself hooked on personal development. The one that usually helps me get back on a positive tone is the Energy Buzz. It reminds me that not everyone is positive and that people need light in the middle of their darkness. So that's my job. And sometimes I need to not answer any messages until I'm personal development dosed. You know what I mean? You may say, you know what, Oniris, I'm not so social on social media. I don't feel comfortable posting so much on Instagram and Facebook. I just don't. So I'm going to say to you that you have local places in which you can also go and wear, the Beachbody. And if you go into Beachbody shop, you can buy Beachbody wear. You can buy a 21-day fix, a Coeur de Force t-shirt, hat, go out to a coffee shop and have conversations with people. At work, you can have conversations with people. If you volunteer or you go to your children's school, you can speak about what it is that you do. If you have a church that you attend, a temple, a place of worship, you can also speak about that. If you go to the gym, speak and offer to help with the nutrition piece. Most people spend 3 hours in the gym and never see a six-pack ab. And it's because they haven't fueled their body the right way. And actually, if you just go around and you speak to people in a different happy tone, you're going to speak you're going to get the engagement and people asking you questions. You also want to be the type of person that engages in Facebook groups and social groups. You'll find fit moms. You can post what you're doing. If you like to sew or knit or you like to paint, those are groups that you can be part of. Your local community. I know Giselle is big on joining those small groups, let's say from your neighborhood, Hackensack moms. You can go to Patterson Moms on Facebook and just add yourself there, and you start to create relationships. Remember, you're creating a relationship. You're spending time getting to know this person, connecting with them, and sharing your story on the outside of Facebook so that when they kind of go browsing to see who you are, they're ready. They've already seen you. They've become educated. They know who you are. They know you're on a fitness journey. They know that last Tuesday you posted your transformation, that you couldn't fit into your pants, and now you are. So they're actually rooting for you on your opposite end. And then you have, how do you grow your business? Well, because you've stayed consistent and because you've continued on, you invited your warm market, and now 2 to 3 months in, you're already in your cold market. That's the people that don't know you. But now you're starting to speak about the opportunity and you're sharing with people what it is that you help them do. And now you help them do exactly what I have helped you do, which is get started with your challenge, get started with seeing results, posting it on social media, because in all honesty, if you're not seeing results, you're not being an advocate for the program, you're not being an advocate for the product. You have to be focused on producing the results that you seek to help others see. You want to publicly acknowledge the success that your teammates are having. You want to publicly share and recognize the support you receive from the group. You know, it would be amazing. My vision for 2017 is that on our social media, we're constantly tagging each other. We are celebrating each other's success. We are out there and open and being that supported fit family, not only in a closed group. Our closed group is usually for the people who feel intimidated to come out into the bigger, broader spectrum. For us, we're ready to come out. We're ready to share. We're ready to tell other people what it is that we do, because it makes your job that much easier. I wish when I started, I would have started open as I am right now. It would make my life so much easier. So when I have people asking me the same questions, like if somebody were to ask me, what type of coach are you? That's immediately a red flag that I would turn on, because that means my front stage, I'm not doing a good job. I'm not representing enough of what I stand for. I'm not speaking enough of what I do. And that right there is a red flag. When somebody sees me, and usually it happens, they'll say, oh my God, I'm so proud of you. I see all the people you help. Keep on doing that. And they'll refer people to me. They'll share my information with others. And they'll say, even if they're not going to be part of my groups, they'll share the things and say, follow Unides because she puts up great recipes. Follow Unides because she is so motivating. Every day she has a good word that she wants to share with others. Follow Unides. So sometimes you focus so much on your friends and the people who are following you in the moment that you don't think outside of the box, the people that they know and the people that know them. And that's how you find a rock star. Then you don't want to just but drop people in the support group and let them fend for themselves. You received support when you first started in this program. It is time for you to start supporting them. And usually people will only support the person they invited into the support group, or they only worry about themselves. I posted my picture on my healthy food and nobody liked it. Nobody commented on it. So I'm not going to post, I'm not going to like, and I'm not going to comment on anybody else. I'm just going to hold myself accountable. You're doing yourself a disservice, because at the end of the day, you're not practicing motivating others. You're not practicing inspiring other people. You're not practicing adding value to someone else's life and the attitude of service. Most of the time, when I go back to think, what made me fall in love with this journey? And that was because one day I was a coach, a discount coach in a group just like the one we have. And I was inspired and motivated by the people who were in there. And if somebody posed a question, I felt the need as a member of the community to answer that question if I knew the answer. Like if they wanted to know what kind of salt they could use, I would say, oh my God, I found this amazing salt in the supermarket and then this is what I bought. I don't have to wait till my coach posted or asked for permission because that was something that worked for me. Perhaps my coach doesn't even know that that worked for me, but since it worked for me, it might work for somebody else. I would shop at a supermarket and I would find this amazing, delicious peanut butter. I would share that with others. I found a book that inspired and helped me stay on track. I would share that with other people. And then that's how I started to feel like I was part of a community and I was actually inspiring and helping other people. That's going to happen to you too. And then when you put your people in there, you're going to feel the support back and forth from other people. And then you can say to your coach and say, I love the way you're also motivating some so-and-so. I am proud of how I see you work, and you showing up every single day is helping other people do that. So at the end of the day, that's how you begin to build your own coaches and you begin to have your own team. But you have to start somewhere. And it usually starts by giving to others what you expect to receive. All right, so I've given you a lot of information. And one of the things that as we go in to the Team Cup that you must remember is the fact that you are going to invite a lot of people. And to give you perspective on that, you're going to probably, if you want to meet Success Club 5, you most likely will be talking to about 50 people every single month. You want to hit Success Club 10, then you will be speaking to about 100 people because numbers don't lie. You want to speak to 100 people every single month. You break that down. You can speak to about 10 people every single day, invite others. And at the end of the day, you will receive almost 100 no's. But the closer you get to that no, the closer you get to the hundreds, no, that's as far as you're going to go with your yes. And never take your no's personal. It's not about you. It is not about you. It is not about you. And I will say that over and over again because I have the proof. I don't want to put out names, but I have the proof that sometimes this is just not the right time for somebody. They think they got it, and then when they start, life just happens and they can't control it and they go off. But then when the time is right, they come back and they push through and they show you the results that they were looking for. And all this information that I shared with you is available to you. It is available to you in the back office under news and training. You can go under coach, Emerald Coach, and the inviting process. You have the 5-step invitation process. There are scripts back there that you can use, and you can also put them in your own words. You also have the team page where we have examples of how to respond to people. You have posts that you can use to invite other people. If you don't feel confident yet, go ahead and when you have your meetings with your coach, make sure that you review these questions with them because you're not alone, and don't do it alone. Like we have our chats. Right now we have the Badass Babes chat. If you have any questions, it is for you to ask them in there to be a resource, to help other people. And again, practice what your future is going to look like. You become a resource of information, and guess what? You're going to be more independent later on when you're on your own in your beach body business, right? So at this time, I'm going to stop and ask if you have any questions that you want me to answer. So I know I threw a lot at you. And if you're ready to invite, all I know is I'm excited for February because it's going to be a heavy duty inviting month. I have big goals. All right. No questions or comments?
This group. So I'm like, what's the best option? Should we run like a clean eating group or a free 7-day group? How does that work? I've never done it. And how do you get people to convert to purchasing the challenge pack?
So there's two things. The first thing is putting things for free is I wouldn't recommend it as a beginner, because what happens is a lot of people take advantage of that and it loses the value. I personally, I'll give you a meal plan for free, but I feel as though when people take advantage of free, and I prefer you offer your support through what we know gives results. So if they want results, they have to make an investment. The investment is going to give them their nutrition, their fitness, and their accountability. That's like a non-negotiable, because you cannot help someone see results if they're not committed to the tools you use to see change. They're not ready for you. And that's your conviction. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, they can follow your social media, they can go to your Facebook, but if they're not using Shakeology and if they're not working out, they're not seeing results, period. So you can, not that you're going to say, you know, I'm driving just with the challenge pack, but you're driving with what you know is going to give them success. Now, you do have those strong-willed people that will tell you, I don't like Shakeology. I can't do Shakeology. But they have to commit to a fitness program. So they can do the all access program, and then maybe they can buy the performance line. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or they can do the reset, or they can do the refresh. We have a plethora of information and tools and products that they can use for their advantage. But I wouldn't put them in a group for free, because not worth it. Not worth it for you, because usually people that come to you for free things are the ones that take out of you the most. And then no, like I give you my value on my Facebook feed and on my Instagram. Grab what you can from there. Now, if you want my immediate support, you got to be part of my group. You got to be part of my team. I suggest that you start speaking with, we have this to offer. Like we have the all access pass, which gives you all, like the whole library plus Shakeology. Or we have the secondary would be the challenge pack, which is for 160, because there's no challenge pack at 140 anymore. So I would start with that. So once you get to the closing point, that's what I would put.
Perfect.
And you can have dates so that you know when you're telling people that you're starting. So right now we're promoting that our first challenge group is going to start February 6th. So you can do sort of like a love challenge, and that's tips for love and giving people relationship tips and stuff like that. And that's not fitness related, but that's giving you traction on attracting people who are like you. So now they're your friends, they're following you for that. And as you're posting on the forefront, your challenge group invitations. So that's how you capture them.
Okay.
You get that? So it's like, so let's say, for example, you want to do, because Valentine's Day is coming, you want to do a dare, you know, for a week. You and your boyfriend are going to be sharing your tips on, I don't know, how you keep your relationship going, your communication skills, right? So you tell people we're going to be live on Facebook and we're going to be sharing our tips. So that's going to attract people to come to your Facebook and add you as their friends, because they want to learn from your relationship tips, right? Now they're your friends because they're here to learn about your relationship tips. Maybe 3 hours later after you're live, you're going to post your invitation to your challenge group that will be happening February 20th. And guess what? The same people who like the live that you were doing on the tips for your relationships are the same people who are going to see the invitation to the next challenge group. and you can speak to them because now they're in your feed. So
Okay.
that's attraction marketing.
Okay. That makes sense.
Sorry, I gotta break it down because sometimes it's up here and then I gotta put it up. There's a lot to learn, guys, and the best part about this is there's no right or wrong. You may stick your foot in your mouth. You may say too much. You may sweat. You may feel like, oh my God, this is scary. But you know what's good? You're gonna learn from it. You're gonna grow from it, and you're gonna become stronger and wiser. And that's because I wasn't born like this. I was not born like this. I've learned this through trial and error and making lots of mistakes, but being willing to learn and apply. So I see you in the field. It's been an interesting night and we went a little bit over. So buenas noches.
Buenas noches.
Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.